a map of where we start and where we end at Hermit'S Cove. So from my place in Labangon, we go south to Karkar via Talisay, Minglanilian, Naga, and once we reach the Rotonda in Karkar, we turn right and proceed west towards the Mantulungan market. Take the bridge to the right going to Aloguinsan. After a few kilometers of riding, you will reach a corner where there's a sign called Malolos. You take that road, and 7 kilometers from that is Hermit'S Cove. We saw a few friends along the way. One of them was Roger Lastimoso, one of the stronger riders in our category back then. We also came upon Gilbert Lu, who was on his way to Karkar for a quick spin.
Hey, honey, over to it.
It just amazes me that what was a garbage dump site a few years ago is now a tourist spot. So this is Tanawan today. Lots of people, motorbikes, bicycles, cars, enjoying the vista or just enjoying this beautiful and sunny morning. But Tanawan is more famous for a celebrated and a controversial murder case that happened a few years ago.
Aloguinsan. Nawa man siya Pau. Pau day.
The we I mentioned earlier was Pau and me. So Pau is Darwin Lumbaga, whose brother Camilo I knew back in '89. We also caught up with Coach Alvin Luberames, whose group rather was headed also in the same direction as we were. Just to be sure.
Boss, mo na padong sa Hermit'S Cove. Kini. Thank you. Bulos. Walo ni kilometro pa. Oo. Adi, naog ni siguro. Hey, morning. Morning. Are Hermit'S Cove.
I always thought that going to the beach was all downhill. As you will see, the road to Hermit'S Cove is different.
Basig mo ni bada ni tanan ba? Dagat mo. Hayro.
After a few ups and downs, the beach was still nowhere to be found. From this vantage point, I could see a twisting road going up. So there must be a valley somewhere before the climb starts.
Wow, nindot tayo. Wapo kayo, no?
The view here was just breathtaking. And it seems all this descending wasn't going to end soon.
Subidahan eh, balik pa.
If there's one thing I don't like about cycling, it's the descending on narrow roads that I'm not familiar with.
Be careful what you wish for.
At this point, the road looked brand new, wider, with cement railings. If the people who were enjoying Tanawan knew about this road, I'm 100% sure that they'll be here. This rolling road is twisty, full of ups and downs, very clean, and best of all, no traffic whatsoever. I was starting to get knackered at this point, and I wish we were already on the beach.
Huh?
Finally, after all the climbing, all the descending, the heat, we were rewarded with the most fantastic view. What turned out to be wide, paved, smooth roads suddenly narrowed to become a gravel track. And we're back to cemented roads again. I heave out a sigh of relief, but finally the ocean is within reach. A few more turns, a few more ups and downs in this coat and cold private road. We're almost there. The entrance fee is just 100 pesos per person. Of course, do not forget to replace the lost electrolytes with the best hydration drink.
Okay, ra ka na, Pao? So, uli na mi.
As you can see at the elevation map on the lower left, we're still at the bottom part of the climb. So remember, this is about 7 kilometers and we still have a long ways to go.
Climb number 1. Ha! Iya, taylain. Woo! Mau siguro? Malolos man. Daghang si ba, 5 pil. Daghang 5 pil. Bisdan. Kliso dan eh.
Who owns Hermit'S Cove? Is it owned privately? The government? Or NGO? Let's find out. In 2002, a group of about 150 people was formed. The objective of the group was to maintain and to promote Hermit'S Cove. Initially, the entrance fee was just 20 pesos per person, and a percentage of it was used as a salary for the group. But only a few people have heard of Hermit'S Cove and visited it. And the reason? Bad roads. The roads were so bad back then that even mountain bikers complained about it. The members of the caretaker were mostly fishermen and mat weavers.
15%.
And with not a lot of revenue coming in, majority of the members decided to leave the group because percentage of the revenue was not enough to go around. They had lives to live and mouths to feed. From a group of 150 members, the group was trimmed down to 33. Originally, the cove was used by fishermen to shelter their boats from bad weather. The natural location protected their boats from waves and high winds. Hermit'S Cove's good fortune started to turn when the group met Boy or Boboy Costa, who was working for the tourism office during the administration of Governor Davide. Costa was able to convince the group of the cove's potential for tourism. Balik sa cycling kadali. This portion is the steepest. The grades here reached as much as 24%, even if it was just about a 15-meter stretch. In case you're wondering why I have a different kit, I brought with me a pair of fresh ones. Boy Costa was true to his word. He secured funding for the new road. Construction of the new road started in March last year. Roadworks was finished 7 months later. Remember the movie Field of Dreams? Remember the voice that told Kevin Costner to build it because they will come. And the visitors came. In fact, more than a lot came, that the group had to limit the number of hours that the visitors can stay on the beach.
Taas yung balik sa? Taas! Dara!
With the Hermit'S Cove doing well, the group now has the revenues for maintenance of the place and salary for the members. Majority of the revenues though are deposited in the bank. That's for future use and for future projects. And for the members, for rainy days. How did the Hermit'S Cove got its name? According to the lore, there was a hermit who actually lived in the cove. His name was Tabugon, and eventually the locals called the place Kang Tabugon, or belonging to Tabugon. Today it's called Cantabugon. Officially it's called Lower Cantabugon. While Hermit'S Cove cannot be mistaken for Boracay, it is alluring in its own way. The place, the name projects something magical, hidden, prohibitive. For me, the best thing about Hermit'S Cove is that there's no traffic, there's no pedestrian, roads can be wide, can be narrow, it can be smooth, it can be rough, it can be gravel. It has everything, and that's what makes it perfect. The midday sun was just unrelenting, and it was taking a toll on us. We were getting very tired. Brunch at the beach was disappearing quite quickly, and the idea of getting a cold drink was, well, it was just an idea at this time.
Dili na may hap kapila ni nga subida. May tag paana. Huh. Kaluyag yun.
We did not know it yet, but from this point on, it was all downhill. The only obstacles now were dogs, and you have to be very careful with them. You don't want to hit the ground.
Ako ni duhaan sa uban ka bike. Lisod yun. Kinanglan ko mo timbangan ng 170 pounds. Kaya ko ano timbang na ko 195. Mother, sakit akong hawak ka ni kurmaha. Hindi niya magsilbi. Malolos. So, padong kami sa Mantalong. Sige, bati Pau. Nahinan lang daw eh. Manginom tagbutong dito sa kuan. Itong singanang lugar.
Thank you for watching, and for those who are going to join the race in 2 weeks' time, ride safe and good luck.